Hello, Paul Gibson back again with another video. This time going to do a really quick video about one of my guitars. Most of my videos about my basses, and I usually do a video when I get something new, but I wanted to show you something that I've had for a very long time, and it's my old Yamaha acoustic guitar, which is this baby here. So it's a Yamaha FG400A. Bought this in the summer of 1993, so it's 25 years old, so that might make it vintage, I don't know. It's the first decent guitar I ever owned. Before I got this, I had a couple of crappy old acoustics. I had a nylon strung Spanish guitar that I'd got, well, a friend of mine had got it from a junk shop and he couldn't get on with it, so he gave it to me. I think we swapped some records or something, and I had that until it broke. In fact, the reason it broke was I broke a string, put a steel string on it. Didn't realise that you couldn't put steel strings on nylon strung guitars. Tuned it up and it ripped the bridge out. Didn't just rip the bridge out, it ripped out most of the body surrounded the bridge as well, the top. So that was over with. I then got another slightly better nylon strung guitar, but didn't really know what to do with them. Didn't know how to tune the guitar, didn't know how to do anything with it at all, didn't know any chords or anything, so I just sort of messed around with it for about a year. And then my Uncle Peter, who played guitar, he showed me some chords. He showed me all the sort of the non-bar chords, all the the sort of open chords, A, C, D, E, G, and from then on I learned bar chords like F and B, and I was kind of on my way then. And he said to me, if you can learn these chords, you'll be able to play pretty much anything. And he was right. I just learned how to play the chords, learned how to do change the positions, the chord positions quickly, and I was away. But I started a pretty crappy old guitar, so by the time 1993 came along, I was 24 years old, had a tax rebate for a couple £100, and I went to buy an acoustic guitar. I went to Chappell's in Milton Keynes, in central Milton Keynes, the shopping centre. Chappell's I think is long gone now, but they were main dealers for Yamaha, so they had lots of Yamaha classical instruments. They also had lots of Yamaha high-tech stuff like DX7s and all that kind of thing, all the synths and stuff. And they sold guitars and basses, and this was the guitar that I chose. It cost me £180 in 1993, and if you average out inflation at about 2% a year, that means in today's money this would be about £300 or just under £300. But anyway, I've had it pretty much ever since. There's been periods of time when it's not been used, and it's sort of lived under the stairs in a cupboard, and it's been my daughter had it for a while. I lent it to her for sort of long-term loan for a couple of years, and she used it in gigs and stuff, and it's in remarkably good condition considering its age and its use. It's in very good condition. It's got a bit of a scratch in the lacquer there. There's nothing major, a couple of dings on it. But because I later went on and bought better acoustic guitars, or guitars that I thought were better because they had good names on them and pickups in them and stuff. I had guitars by Tanglewood, Takamine, Crafter, God, loads. Pretty much every sort of mainstream acoustic guitar manufacturer you can think of, I had a guitar by, and I always liked them and played them and gigged them and loved them and all the rest of them, but ultimately they all ended up getting sold. Never sold this, always kept hold of it, to be honest, partly because I thought it's not really worth very much anyway. It's very much a budget guitar when I bought it, still a budget guitar now, but just because it was cheap doesn't mean it was not a good guitar. And then, after years of just not really thinking about this guitar, my daughter who had it. She wasn't using it, it was in her way, so she gave it back to me. So I sort of got it, cleaned it up, put some new strings on it, and fell back in love with it. It sounds amazing. It sounds really, really good. You might have seen the video that I did of my Epiphone Dove Pro acoustic, which is on the channel somewhere. That sounds good. This sounds loads better than that. It sounds really good. The strings I put on it are Ernie Ball Earthwood lights, so they're like the 11 gauge ones, but they're my favourite acoustic strings anyway. They just sound really rich, and you know, I don't like that sort of metallic, clangy acoustic sound that's very popular. Works well in a sort of band environment because it cuts through the mix well, but I don't really play acoustic in a band environment. I play acoustic on my own, and I just prefer like the woody sort of warmer tone that the Earthwood strings have. So it's got Earthwood strings on this, and it just sounds wonderful. Sustains for ages. It's got such a really nice tone. I'm really, really pleased to have like reconnected with this guitar. Ooh. When it's in tune. So yeah, the lows are, I don't know how well the microphone on this phone will pick it up, but they're warm. They're not overly bassy, but they're warm and low and rich. The mids are good, and the highs, they shiny, glistening, glassy-like highs, but together it just sounds really rich. It's got a real... So I'm really, 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 really pleased with it. It's beautiful. It's got a mahogany, I believe the top, not the top, the back and the sides are mahogany, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. The neck's probably mahogany as well, the same as whatever the back and the sides are. The fingerboard is rosewood. The top is spruce. Now I've read that these had laminate spruce. I've also read they had solid spruce. I'm not sure. I don't know. You can't really tell from looking. It actually looks like a solid piece of spruce. I would have thought laminate would be more likely, considering these were sort of budget-ish guitars, but who knows. But anyway, they say that acoustic guitars age. They get better with age, and they sound better as they get older, and I think this really does. I don't remember this guitar sounding as good as it does. It's really, really good. I think it's something about the vibrations. I think if you'd got another guitar that was bought the same day as this and just put it in a cupboard and never played it, it wouldn't sound as good as this. The aging that affects the sound isn't just the passage of time, it's the fact that it's been played. You've got to play a guitar. I think it's the vibrations in the strings. The vibrations go through the wood and it does something to the molecular structure and opens it up inside, and I don't know what it does, but it sounds great. And they say acoustic guitars get better with age, and this one certainly has, I think. So yeah, I'm utterly made up with it. It's like getting a new guitar, actually. I'm really pleased. It's like meeting an old friend. It sounds a bit silly, but it is. It's a really, really lovely instrument. I'm going to gig it, I think. Yeah, I'm certainly going to use it for recording, because I don't really, you know, when I record, I don't plug it in. If I record an acoustic guitar, I'd always mic it up, and I think it's going to sound amazing mic'd up. If I gig it, which I might do, I might get a pickup installed. Don't really want to start chopping it about though. I don't want to start putting preamps in it and drilling holes in it and anything like that. So I might just get a sound hole pickup that just sort of screws in, or you know, wedges in. And you know, I might run, because often you can get You know, you get the lead, you can run the lead out, replace the strap in at the back with one of these output pins, and just run the lead inside the guitar to that, and amplify it that way. It's probably what I'm going to do, because I don't want to start making holes in it. But yeah, really awesome guitar. I read somewhere that the guitars of this model, or the FG range in particular, are quite highly regarded. I've read this is, as I said earlier, this is the FG400A. I believe they made these from about 1989, 88, 89 through to about 94, 95, which, if that's true, that ages this one kind of in the mid period, because I bought this the summer of 93, so it could have been built any time before then, maybe sort of 92, early 93. I don't know. There's nothing to suggest a date or anything on it, apart from the serial number, which I haven't looked up. But you see these on eBay and on used sites occasionally I've seen them for about 50, 60 pounds. So I'd say if you see one, I'd get it. You know, if it's been played a lot, then it would have aged really nicely, and it will sound beautiful. So yeah, I'm really pleased. It's like having a new instrument. But anyway, that's it. It's my Yamaha FG400A. Thanks for watching. See you later.